next honoree has carved quite a career for himself, and is one of the most impressive honorees we've had for sure. A gentleman in the truest sense of the word, and someone I hope you all have gotten to meet, Mr. Billy Ray Brown.
My dad was in the concrete business for a number of years. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. She was the piece of the puzzle that kept everything together. Well, growing up in the situation I did with the athletic family, there was pressure, and it was centered around not what I ended up doing professionally, it was centered around football. I grew late in college. I was short, I was slow, and it didn't equate to being a very good football player. Well, certainly having my dad play football at the University of Houston and having my brother also play there played a huge part in that. My foundation, my roots, my family's here at University of Houston and play for the iconic Dave Williams there. It was very interesting. Once I moved on campus, living at the Quad, room 103 Taub, it's a famous room. Of course, I walk in the room, I meet this young Australian named Steve Elkington, which everyone knows. And ever since that day we met, we are very, very close. We've cried together, we've held trophies together, we fought together, we fought each other. You know, it's the way it is. The bond that I have with Steve right now is amazing. He knows what I'm thinking, which is bad, and I know what he's thinking, and that's very bad. But the experience in the dorm really got me involved in campus life. Winning the national championship as a freshman was something that I didn't expect. And when I won there my freshman year, there had only been 2 other players in the history of the NCAA that had done that. You know, getting the chance to play for Coach Williams, he was so instrumental in building the team unity, in that he loved that university. He made sure every guy that played for him loved that university also. Playing for a storied program that had won 16 national championships, I was lucky enough to win number 14, 15, and 16. Coach Williams said there was 2 really big decisions in your life that you're going to make: where you went to school and who you married. I met my wife before she got to the University of Houston, and been married for 30 years now. Had 2 great kids. I have one out now as a sophomore at the University of Houston. And my youngest, Katie Ray, is committed to play softball here, and she's just a sophomore in high school. It was interesting. What everyone thinks they saw down the career year on the PGA Tour, my first stop was the Asian Tour. In Manila was my first stop at a place called the Whack Whack Country Club. Playing that whole 9 months of the Asian Tour was probably the best thing for me, and I was not going back. I was making sure I hit the big time then. Well, certainly after playing a couple years on the PGA Tour, I'd had some success, but as a player, you're really not accepted as one of them and worthy of playing, because you need that win. 1991 in Hartford, Connecticut at the Greater Hartford Open, that's when I got my first victory. It took a long time to sink in that I finally had established myself as a player on the PGA Tour. Not one that was just there playing, but the one that had the chance to win, and that's what it's all about. Well, certainly after enjoying what you would call a long career on the tour, a good friend of mine, Curtis Strange, who's a 2-time U.S. Open champion, kept saying, "Billy Ray, you're done. You can't beat these kids anymore. You need to come try to do television." And then you actually reach more people through the realm that I'm in right now. And Jim Nance and I speak of it quite often. How do we promote the University of Houston? And we got such a great avenue. Well, I've often thought, where would I have been about the University of Houston? I can never foresee the future, what would happen if I wouldn't have got here, but I damn well know without the University of Houston, I would not be standing here right now. And I owe them everything that I had. They've got my heart, they've got all my passion, and it's always proud to say that I'm a Cougar.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Ray Brown. Presenting Billy Ray with his award tonight is Distinguished Award honoree Bill Worrell. Before we give Billy Ray the podium while they're taking pictures, I want to read a letter that came into my office last week from John Mahaffey, PGA champion John Mahaffey. Billy Ray, I wish to congratulate you on a well-deserved honor. Having had the opportunity of getting to know you over the years, I assure you it is not merely a symbolic award, but something that you've genuinely earned. You have gained respect and admiration not only of your peers, but so many in other walks of life. Billy Ray, you have touched us all, and we have profited in knowing you. You are a credit to God, your family, your country, our school, your profession, your fans, and our friends. I count it a blessing that I can call you my friend. Quite frankly, I think distinguished suits you very well. Enjoy your evening. Truly a just reward, your teammate and friend, John Mahaffey. And now, because Billy Ray knows I love surprises, I have one more surprise.
Hello, friends and my fellow Cougars. This is a special night for all of us because Billy Ray Brown is so richly deserving of being recognized as one of our distinguished alumni. I'm not sure when you really go through the whole roll call of people who have been steeped in the history of the school, you'll find anybody who's a better Cougar ever than our friend Billy Ray. From a ball boy to a national champion to a passionate follower of everything that we do at the university. A great supporter, a wonderful friend. I wish I could be there. I'm out in the Carolinas covering a golf tournament. But deep in my heart, a lot of love for Billy Ray Brown, and everyone who knows him feels the exact same way. Eat 'em up, Cougs. Billy Ray, we love you. Congratulations. You're the best.
Our friend, your friend, my friend, Billy Ray Brown.
Wow. You got me there, big guy. Well, these notes you read about Mahaffey, I was going to say the same thing about myself anyway, so it didn't matter. I'm glad you got that out. Wow, what a night. I got to tell you, I've been in front of a lot of people and spoke a lot of times and received a bunch of awards, but this one here is going to mean a lot to me. I love this place with all my heart. And I would have to look down at this table right here. I've had my families here, every one of my family that I have, my closest family members right here, and without you guys, I'm telling you, the support and the backing that y'all gave me, awesome. I love all y'all, I really do. And there's a gentleman that showed up tonight that really surprised me. And you can see how passionate about this whole night. Claire Branch. Claire, I saw you come in tonight. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. He helped raise me. He was a teammate of my dad's playing professional football. Thank you, Claire, for being here. I'm gonna get off this story, and it's pretty sentimental to me in regards of how it unfolded. Early last year, the passing of Guy V. Lewis was at his funeral, and one of my classmates and one of his players, Reed Geddes, was up speaking about Guy V. And as he was going through the recruiting process, that Guy V was trying to convince Reed to come to school there. And he looked at Reed and said, "Son, the two most important decisions that you'll ever make in your life is where you go to school and who you marry." The light went right on. This is a Hall of Fame basketball coach. I played for a Hall of Fame golf coach. That was the same exact words that Dave Williams said to me when I stepped on campus in 1981. And I got to thinking, incredible, these two great men have had instilled the deep tradition that we have at the university. They love this school more than anything. So I left that funeral and driving home with my dad, and I got to thinking, okay, wait a minute, there's another living legend that we have right now, and that's Coach Bill Yeoman. And I got to thinking, and those three did everything together on campus. Coach Williams, Coach Lewis, and obviously Coach Yeoman. Hall of Famers. Got to thinking on the way home, I said, you know, at some point in time, I have got to get up the nerve to go see Coach and ask him, were you part of this also? Did you have those words for your players also? So about a month and a half ago, I'm in Mike's office, we're talking. I'm in town for about 4 hours, flying in, getting ready to go back out and do a show. And Coach Yeoman came to the office. And I said, Coach, I've known you for a long time, since I was a little guy. And I said, I need to ask you something you need to set me straight on. I said, Coach, did you ever use the words to your recruits to build a foundation about this school and instill some roots in these kids for the university? And I said, those words were, and I saw you sitting over at Coach Lewis's funeral, and those words were, the two most important decisions you'll ever make in your life of where you go to school and who you marry. And he looked at me with that still eyes, and I went, oh my gosh, I've asked Coach the wrong question here. I got scared. And he looked at me and smiled, ear to ear. And that smile said 1,000 words, how much that school meant to him and how much it means to me. And with that being said, the one thing that sticks out in my mind about when he said that, at the very end he said, we had fun. And Coach Williams, Coach Lewis, Coach Yeoman, this whole family up here tonight have really played a huge impact on my life. And what makes this so special tonight for me, when I said, where would I be without the University of Houston? I know I would not be here right now. I would not be. But the most important thing that I'm getting tonight here is to see out here in this room people that have the same passion and love for a university that I have. And Jim said it perfectly. Through all the avenues that we have, we use our little avenues that we can to promote this university, and I absolutely love this place. And thank you so much for this. This is really good for me, okay? Thanks.